Good day, everyone. Today we will presenting our study entitled Study of Earth's Surface using different variation of geodetic tools such as GNSS, GRACE, InSAR, and SLR. This research focuses on how different geodetic technologies help us understand changes happening on Earth's surface. These tools allow us to monitor ground deformation, surface mass variations, and the environmental processes with high precision. I am Micaela Real, together with my group members, Car Arante and Raniel Manalo, and we are excited to share with you how geodetic technologies can provide powerful insight into Earth's surface dynamics. So let's begin our presentation. For our introduction, the Earth's surface is always changing. These changes can be anthropogenic surface changes, like for example, groundwater extraction, infrastructure loading, mining, and geothermal energy use. But it can be from natural surface changes like tectonic motion, climate-driven hydrology, volcanic deformation, and seasonal mass loading. This example shows just how diverse and dynamic surface changes can be. But why does this matter? Understanding these changes can help us assess hazards, manage water resources, and build resilient communities. And why do we need to monitor these changes so closely? That brings us to the next key point, monitoring. Monitoring surface variation is essential for both researchers and policymakers. It supports disaster preparedness, improves land and water management, and helps us respond more effectively to environmental impacts and climate-related changes. To achieve this, we rely on modern geodesy. With the advancement of space-based geodetic technologies, our ability to observe the Earth has significantly improved. These tools allow scientists to detect even subtle motions and mass changes happening across the planet. And we have here the GNSS, or the Global Navigation Satellite System. It is used to measure ground displacement, detect the crustal deformation, volcanic activity, and track seasonal loading effects. According to Wang Peng et al. In 2024, the GNSS can detect long-term crustal deformation, seismic and seismic signals, volcanic activity, landslide, and even atmospheric changes. Its high precision makes it essential for studying Earth's surface processes. Next, we have the GRACE, or the Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment, that observe how mass changes across Earth, such as groundwater depletion, melting ice, shift in water storage, and it give us gravity-based measurement that complement GNSS displacement data. As Tang et in 2023 emphasized, GRACE is important for understanding both seasonal and long-term surface loading. Although powerful, the GNSS and GRACE also have limitations in spatial details and coverage. That's why modern geodetic studies often integrate other techniques such as InSAR and SLR to create a more complete picture of Earth's surface changes. In SAR, it measures ground deformation using satellite radar images because radar can penetrate clouds and operate day or night. It is extremely valuable during volcanic crises or in frequently cloudy regions. According to the USGS in 2024, at least two satellite passes are needed to detect ground height changes. And we have SLR, or satellite laser ranging. It is used to measure distance to satellite with high precision using laser beams. Now that I've introduced the background of our study, let me walk you through the key figures that explain how different geodetic technology observe Earth's surface loading and ground deformation. Let's start with Figure 1. This figure illustrates how Earth's surface water storage changes seasonally across the Amazon basin, and how these changes cause measurable ground deformation. The map shows here come from GRACE satellite gravity observation, while the ground motion data comes from the GNSS stations. These two technologies complement each other. GRACE detect changes in gravity caused by variation in water mass, while GNSS measure the actual vertical and horizontal movement of the ground. According to the Zhang et al. In 2021, both systems observed two main signals. First, the long-term tectonic motion, which appears as a stable linear trend, and second, surface mass loading, which shows strong seasonal variation. This figure highlights how combining GRACE and GNSS allow us to better understand how water storage affects ground deformation. Now let's proceed to figure 2. This figure explains the basic working principle of InSAR or interferometric synthetic aperture radar, which is another powerful technique for measuring ground deformation with millimeter accuracy. As shown by USGC Volcano Hazard Program in 2024, the process involved satellite passing over the same location on at least 2 different dates. By comparing these radar images, InSAR can detect even very small changes in ground elevation, whether the ground has uplifted, subsided, or deformed due to the earthquakes, volcanic activity, or groundwater changes. In summary, InSAR provides high-resolution spatial details, making it a strong complement to GNSS and GRACE in studying Earth's surface deformation.
In this study, we combined GNSS ground motion data, GRACE gravity measurement, and basic weather records to analyze how Earth's surface responds to changes in water and climate. GNSS was processed to remove atmospheric and tidal noise, while GRACE measured large-scale changes in surface mass like rainfall and groundwater. The results showed clear seasonal patterns. Heavy rainfall and snow caused the ground to subside, while dry season and snow melt produced uplift. GNSS also detected rapid deformation during extreme storms, while GRACE confirmed these mass changes on a wide scale. Some stations showed false signals from snow on antennas, proving the need for quality check. Overall, the combined data clearly demonstrated how hydrology and climate drive measurable ground deformation.
And GRACE in assessing Earth surface deformation. GNSS provides precise, localized measurements of crustal motion, while GRACE captures broad-scale mass variations such as groundwater, hydrologic loading, and seasonal storage changes. By combining these datasets, we establish a clearer connection between datasets and underlying mass shifts, leading to more accurate interpretation of climate-related and hydrological process. The workflow involves identifying seasonal cycles, applying elastic load models, and performing hydrological signal inversion to distinguish true geophysical and signals from noise. This slide shows an example of a data artifact caused by a snow-induced antenna subsidence. Accumulated snow or ice may cause the GNSS antenna to sink slightly, producing an apparent downward trend in the coordinate time series. If not recognized, this artificial signal may be mistakenly interpreted as actual crustal deformation. Therefore, identifying and correcting snow-related subsidence is necessary to maintain the accuracy of deformation assessments. The signal-to ratio, or SNR, is a key metric for evaluating GNSS data quality. A drop in SNR typically indicates interference from environmental obstacles, weather conditions, or structural obstructions near the antenna. Monitoring SNR allows us to detect non-geophysical and disturbances and ensure that only genuine deformation signals are included in the analysis. These steps strengthens the reliability of the overall datasets. In this discussion, we highlight the benefits of integrating multiple geodetic sensors. GNSS captures detailed temporal deformation, GRACE provides regional mass variation trends, and InSAR contributes high-resolution spatial coverage. Together, these tools offer a more complete understanding of deformation mechanisms and environmental loading processes. This multi-sensors approach reduces uncertainty and significantly enhances the accuracy of geophysical interpretations. In conclusion, the integrated use of geodetic tools effectively detects information. In conclusion, the integrated use of geodetic tools effectively detects environmental loading, crustal deformation, and hydrological changes. GNSS GRACE consistently revealed seasonal and inter-annual patterns linked to climate waves, mass shifts. The combinations of multiple sensors greatly improves monitoring capability, particularly for groundwater studies and deformation hazard assessment. Future advancements such as denser observation, higher resolution satellite missions, improved data fusion techniques will further enhance accuracy and support hazard preparedness. Thank you for your attention. We are now ready to address any questions or clarifications.